Hello and welcome to Heroes of History with another Let's Test Heroes, and this time we're looking into Howard Carter, which I have got in this week's, or rather month's, season pass, and well, he's just a 4-star. I haven't been able to get the 5-star, but well, that's just how it is. Now he looks like this, and well, I think that looks okay. I can compare him with the last video here, and he's very similar to Giacomo Casanova. Now, let's look into why the differences are and if you got anything special here. Initial charge, rather fast, 2.9 seconds, 7.1 seconds regular charge. There's nothing exceptional here. Now that here his melee units, attack speed is also normal, and crit chance and crit damage is also normal. He's a medium speed guy. So, what does he has in ability? He has Raider's Resilience, and he taunts all enemies for 5 seconds, heals himself for 30% of his missing hit points, so the more hit points he has lost, the more he gains. And he heals himself for a total of 1623% of his base damage over 5 seconds, which is actually quite a lot. And well, if we get him all the way to level 25, we can see here he heals himself for 50% of his missing hit points and almost 2000% of his base damage over 5 seconds, which is actually a lot, considering right now he has 450 hit points in base damage and 2000% hit point. Times that with 20, so that's 9,000 hit points over the course of those 5 seconds, which can be rather good considering he only has 12,000 hit points. So literally over the 5 seconds with the initial heal also, you can easily get back to 100%. Now, I haven't put him with any gear here, and his awaken is 0. I've only gotten him once, so compared to Casanova, which I have gotten twice here, well, he has a lot more potential right now in comparison. I'm not sure why he has some extra crit chance, because he's more of a defender type. Some attack, and a lot of attack actually. So, a rather offensive defender, I'd say. But, well, if we should do anything, that would be test him out here on the campaign map. And let's go back a few maps here. Boom, bum, bum, bum. And oh, that's 31. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And let's see how he behaves here. Let's continue here. And if I haven't done anything since the last video, we should be able to put him in here instead of someone else. Well, let's try to exchange him with the Cleopatra. I'm not sure it's a good idea, but these are the single strikers to take out the heroes, and here we got our area damage, and we can't really miss out on him either, I think. And well, I like to keep a healer there for these test purposes, so we'll do it like this. Let's see how it goes. Come on, and yes. Well, now everyone runs to him. The area damage will be perfect in this short moment. And oh, and you can see there his hit points is always rising. Oh, and no, he didn't kill her entirely. That's bad. And then he went with extra hit points, and hit points is rising all the time, which effectively, well, the more enemies that dies will help us out, because he will constantly, well, in a multi-wave battle, he will most likely end up with a 100% hit points at the end if he can just survive the initial phase, which is right now looking good. Let's look what the battle stats says here, and there we go. He made the most valuable player, and immense load of damage he has taken and an immense dose of healing he has given to himself. Now let's move to the next battle and see how it moves forward. And well, there will be a major difference to using Howard Carter compared to Cleopatra, because well, they work very differently on the battlefield. So we're going to look at how many stars they are creating for our teams rather than an exact comparison, because that will be hard to say. But that's how it is for right now, because right now we just need to see if he can actually survive this one, because he is already quite close to dying. There comes some extra healing there, and he gets some self-summon too. He's just barely survives, but he does also attract all the damage from a lot of heroes, and well, he does that well quite neatly. Let's see how it looks here in the battle stats. We are still in the easy battles, and well, he takes the prize once more. Now let's continue to Province 33 and see how we can fare there. And out of this province, up to the next one. And now we're beginning to get to some of the tougher ones that will really test him, especially because a lot of those are close combat heroes, and when we are not really, what should we call it? When we're not really using the best puppet masters, they will literally tear him apart.
Oh, a bright idea.
Oh, and there he went down already. That was rather fast. And with these area damages, oh, they take another one down. Well, this is gonna end badly. I sense that right now, because we don't have a healer and we don't have a taunter anymore, and then we're just off on our own with these 3 left, and they only have what they have of hit points. But it might be weak enough right now for us to actually succeed this one. With a single star, it's not pretty. Anyway, that could probably have been a better setup in a lot of ways. Well, we'll have to run this all the way through. So let's see what the battle stat says here, and well, Robin Hood, funny enough, takes it all. Now I get a real feeling that it won't go too well in the next wave, but let's see here. Moving on to the next battle here in 34 and the 9th battle here, and I don't really believe we'll get a 3-star out of it, but if we can keep the skin on our noses and well, at least get that was really fast. I'm not even sure we can 1-star this now, because that was really terrible. Well, Casanova went down there, that's for sure. That one's another one, and now the healer is alone against well, she won't survive that. That was a terrible battle and a disaster, to say the least, and this is just not sufficient in any way. Well, just to be unfair to my own concept here, I will actually do something that I usually do in these videos, and I will repeat this battle because I have a sense that I have forgotten myself at some point, and this guy should have been replaced by Yusun Senior, and I have an idea that would work much better than well, what we ended up with here. I'm not sure that will help Howard Carter here, because that's just too many enemies to attract too early in the battle. but I think Yusunsin's, well, ship's cannons do better when it comes to fighting these enemies, and well, if he's a bit lucky, he'll have to shoot them once more here before he dies. It will not, I don't think it'll be a 2-star, it'll be a 1-star, but that is still way better than what we just had. And that just reminds me that I should use him instead. So let's just see how it looks. It doesn't really change much for Howard Carter because, well, his initial hit points are just too few to actually withstand a battle with this much damage coming in at once. I think he will do much better if we had him on a 3-wave battle where he can have a little less enemies at once, so he's full healing potential over the total of 5 seconds can actually become a thing. Now let's take this final one and let's just cheat on the concept and not change him back, because, well, he is stronger. Let's just face it, but let's see how he fares here in this battle. And well, Howard Carter is definitely one that is being hit by this. Oh, that's not a good thing. Now both Robin Hoods are going to be a problem. Howard Carter did stand a little longer. Well, that's not good for my healer, but, well, basically we did survive because we didn't have a lot of heroes that died out here, but we're still not in a good place, I'd say that, because I think they're a bit they're still a bit too strong to even get to the first battle. This is well, it is a very tough battle, and this was not what I used to get past this level before. Now let's see what the stats are really showing us. Now looking at the well, the collective stats here. Well, well, the different heroes here does do more damage in general, because, well, let's just face it, well, while Cleopatra has the enemies fighting each other, that's just damage we don't have to give, basically, which is why we in average have most heroes giving a little less damage. But also, when Howard Carter fails to do his part here in the latest battles, well, everyone else has to soak up whatever he wasn't able to. And I think one-way battles is not his strong point, because he can't really use that healing over time properly, but in a 3-wave battle he'll probably excel more. But in general, I would say Cleopatra is way better than he is, but of course she should be. She's a 5-star and not just a 4-star. So I would say that's my conclusion, because even though it's quite impressive how many hit points he puts into himself and how much damage he can soak up, it's still not enough to make him a really viable hero. But I do use him with a lot of success in the treasure hunt, but that's not a wildly peak battle like the ones I just showed you here in the last 2 waves. Well, that was my conclusion, and see you next time.